Well, good morning. This is our first practitioner interview this morning. We're very lucky to have Greg Meyer from Gist in Seattle to join us. He's had some exciting times recently, but I'll let him introduce himself and tell you just a little bit about Gist and the role he plays there. Hi,
Okay.
Hi, Greg.
Thanks, Ray. Hello. So my name is Greg Meyer. I'm the Customer Experience Manager for Gist in Seattle. And Gist is a web service that helps professionals manage their professional networks. And it's available on web and in your email, like a Gmail or Outlook, and on your mobile. And about 2 months ago, we were acquired by Research in Motion. So we're now part of BlackBerry. And all of the former apps are still available.
Great. So say that must have been exciting the last few months, but tell us a little bit about your role as a customer experience manager, and maybe a little bit about your background and your.
Sure. So I come from a background of large companies and startups. I was at Expedia for a few years, and before that at T-Mobile, and managed a global customer operations team. And at Gist, I have a combined role of customer support and product planning, and also some high-touch VIP type support. So a typical day might include managing a beta program, responding to someone on Twitter or Facebook, or sending some emails, or doing a demo.
Okay, and do you have staff that work with you, or just to give us an impression of how big a business Gist is and where you fit in the structure?
Sure. So we're a unit of about 20 people, and mostly engineers. We're a very engineering-driven company or unit, and we have, let's see, 3 people on our marketing team, and so I'm pretty much an army of one.
Now, there's been lots of discussion on LinkedIn recently about this customer experience role and how it fits into the business. Is it coming from marketing, or do you really see it as a cross-functional role? And if so, how do you influence the other bits of the business?
Sure. So actually, when I started this role about 18 months ago, I proposed it as a cross-functional role between the marketing team, where I sit, and also the technology team, so informing the CTO or the VP of product where we needed to go, and then helping to do product planning as well. And I think that customer experience is really a leading indicator for marketing, and in some ways it's the new sales.
Yeah. Just tell me a little bit more about that. That's a very interesting comment. It's the new sales. So tell.
Sure. So by saying that customer service or customer experience is the new sales, I mean that our customers are going to be interacting with us on lots of different channels. So they might call me, they might respond in Twitter and Facebook, they might come into our office. And the impression that they get when they talk to Gist, whether it's through the support channel or another channel, is very crucial to understanding the way that they're going to feel when they are customers. So when I say that customer service is the new sales, I mean that the first time you encounter a customer is going to guide that experience for later on.
Yep. And you made an interesting comment there about how you've fed back to the product people from the customer. Just tell us a little bit about that. What form does that take, and what response do you get from the product people when you go to them with these insights?
So usually the first time that I tell them that I have an idea, they ask me to go back and think about it some more.
Yeah.
And typically what I try and do is bring the things that are bubbling up from the customer base. If customers have talked about a question or have requested a feature over and over again, we try and figure out what is the small, medium, and large way that we can address their question. So small might be we build some content on a support site, or we change a label inside the product. Because it's a web-based product, we can change it pretty quickly. And medium might be we make a moderate change to a feature, and large might be we propose a sweeping change to the product. And depending on which one of those we propose, that might be a couple of hours of work on the low side, or a complete product process.
Yep.
And last year we did about 26 releases, so we release about every 2 weeks. So in the relative scheme of things, we're doing things quite quickly. But we have limited number of resources as well, so we need to focus on the best places to spend our resources.
Yeah, Yeah. So if there was someone watching this video and they were thinking of, they don't have a Greg, but they're thinking of appointing a Greg,
Right.
how will it benefit the business, and kind of what should they look out for if they're appointing somebody like you?
So I think they should start for somebody who's a generalist. I have worked in lots of different positions in the past. It helps to have some formal business training, and it also helps to have some line of business training, either in communications, PR, customer support, and then to think about what would it look like to standardize all of that communication back to the business. So we use a product called Zendesk that helps us to catch the request to the support site, and then we share that among a group. And then the other thing I would suggest beyond having a system and having a methodology is find somebody who has a little bit of a thick skin and is used to taking some criticism, because you're out there all the time and you're talking to people all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So the role you're playing, do you actually have much authority, or is it an influencing role that you've got?
The answer is yes. So, so our group head, T.A. McCann, who is the founder of GIST, calls it freedom with responsibility.
Yeah.
So the idea is that I am the CEO of the customer, which is loosely described as I am responsible for making whatever changes and suggesting the product changes that I think will benefit the customer, but I need to be able to back it up. I need to be able to go through it, and I need to be able to demonstrate and build the plan for the rest of the team so that we can do it.
Right, right. And is there anything that looks like a feedback loop to the customer? So how does the customer know that their voice has been heard in GIST?
So we've done a really good job, I think, over the last 18 months with a short-term feedback loop. So one of the things that people talk about our brand is, hey, I talked to you on Twitter, I talked to you in email, and you guys responded, and I didn't even know you were paying attention. So that, I think we do really well. Where we have, I wouldn't say struggled, but where we need to do more work is taking that question from the initial response out in Twitter or Facebook, bringing it all the way through the engineering process, let's say, to fix a bug, and then reaching back out to the customer in a timely manner so that they know that they had an impact.
Yeah.
That's something we're continuing to work on, and not an easy problem, but we're getting better.
And do you get the impression that the customers are actually looking for that feedback?
I think the customers are generally just looking to be heard.
Yeah.
And if you can first respond to them and then tell them what you hope to do and then actually deliver on what you said you were going to do, then that at least sets their expectations and allows them to know what's going to happen. And you do even better if you exceed that.
Greg, fantastic insight, and delighted to have you as the first practitioner interview. So keep up the good work, and I'm sure we'll touch in with you in future months and see how it's going. And good luck with GIST and your new owners.
Excellent. Well, I just wanted to share with everyone that if they wanted to, they can try it out at gist.com. It's GIST.com. And if they have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm just Greg at gist.com.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.